Tell me about yourself. Hi, my name is Joe Malone. I'm a freshman at Temple University studying business in the Fox School of Business. I'm currently undeclared, deciding between majoring in either marketing or economics. I feel that both majors are crucial to our society and that they are each fairly difficult, and I am always up for a challenge. With technology sales accelerating at a continuous and rapid rate in today's society, it is important for companies to be able to market their products in order to make more income. In a recent Wall Street Journal article, it talks about how Samsung plans to so-called tweak its marketing costs. In 2012, Samsung spent more than $12.2 billion simply on marketing costs. That certainly needs to be deducted. The plan is to eliminate public relations and service charges so that advertising and sales promotions can be more successful. I found that Samsung had an impressive strategic planning strategy, and it should pay off in the end, possibly making them more successful than Apple's sales because they are actually going out there and making changes. I could be an asset to any marketing or economics organization because I have the true passion and the determination and motivation to be successful and to make people around me successful. Along with being involved in business, I also believe it is important to give back to the community and be charitable. I am a part of a group known as Children Making a Change. I donate money each year to this organization, who in turn gives this money to children in need who don't have the proper medication and the food. I think it's an important organization and that everyone should be involved in helping the younger generation grow and continue to be on the up and coming and only make our world stronger as we continue. What significant accomplishment in your life? Last year, as a senior at Avon Grove High School, I was truly humbled and greatly honored to be given the opportunity to be known as captain for my upcoming season. I was voted by not only the teammates of my team, but also the coaches, which is a great honor. The year before, we had 10 wins and 11 losses, certainly a season not to be proud of. Myself, along with my fellow teammates and my fellow captains, got together before the season started, and we implemented our mission and our aspiration. Our mission was to be a well-respected, classy team that came together as a family, not just a team. We wanted to be friends off the field, in the classroom. We wanted to be there for each other at all times, and I think that is what ultimately made us so successful. We didn't want to be an average team. Our aspiration was to be champions, and we didn't settle for anything less throughout the entire season. We worked hard. Despite all the negative expectations people had for us, with our mission in place, we knew that we just had to go out there and do our job, and we would be successful. I like to consider myself a transformational leader. Being a captain of the team, it took a lot of responsibility, and that meant I needed to gain the respect of my teammates. I used individualized consideration to go out there, and I went and talked to people, and I made sure that we were all on the same page. I learned what they like to do, who they were, where they were most comfortable, and I used that, and I implemented that and talked to the coaches and the other players to try to fit them into places that would make them more successful. After I gained their trust, I knew that I needed to be an intellectual stimulation. And by doing that, I challenged them. I knew that they could trust me, and I felt like I had the trust in them, and I pushed them harder. And I think ultimately kids were staying after practice to run, to shoot. They were doing better in the classroom. They were working hard around the community, staying out of trouble, and just ultimately working hard. And I think that stimulation helped our team become a well-respected team around the league, which ultimately helped us in games. Next came idealized influence. I wanted people to see me for who I was. I'm not the type of person to act differently than who I am. I like people to respect everything that I do, and I think that I implemented that on the field to try to get people to be influenced. I was never known as the leading scorer or the biggest, the fastest, or the strongest player on the team. I was never recognized for any great honors or accomplishments, but I used the gifts that God had given me, and I implemented them in my game, which hopefully helped influence my fellow teammates as well as they helped influence me. I used my energy and my positive attitude and my never quit attitude to fight till the whistle blew and to never give up. Lastly is inspirational motivation. We all had the same shared values, which made this an easy transitional point. We all believed that we could be champions if we worked hard and came together as a team. And ultimately, we came up a little short, but we had so much to look back on in the end. We became known as the best team lacrosse team in our school's history. We won the divisional championship, we won the district championship, and we were state semifinalists, one of 4 teams left in the entire state to be playing. With that being said, although we did not reach our ultimate aspiration, we had no more haters. We had people respect us for who we were, and we put our team on the map. Tell me something you have learned in class. I learned a tremendous amount in this class, more than I've ever learned about business in my entire life. Overall, what I learned is to give everything all you have. Do not leave anything unfinished. If you work hard and you reach out to people, there's no reason you cannot be successful. The people that are most successful are the ones that are willing to lose sleep in order to gain results. You need to be able to skip partying or lose some sleep or skip a meal in order to do an extra problem or take an extra lap or do anything that you feel you need to get better at. If you are willing to give up something else for that, there is no reason that you cannot be successful. As P. Diddy commonly says, let's get it. I believe that wraps up the entire class. You need to go out and get it. You can use the business terms that you have, and you need to use all the terminology and everything that we've learned, but ultimately you need to go out and get it yourself. You need to know that it is important to chase your dreams, and that is what separates the great from the small. P. Diddy started off with nothing, but he was determined and passionate, and he became known as one of the most well-known entrepreneurs that we have in today's society because he worked hard. You must be a die-hard, not an isolate. Chase your dreams. Don't sit back and wait for them to come to you because they never will. Be active and engaged. And be ready to change because change is everywhere in our society, and that is no different in business. If the companies that are willing to change are the ones that are going to stay on top and be the great companies. The ones that think that they're okay where they're at are the ones that are going to falter and crumble and fall apart. You need to be willing to change, and I think being a smart businessman, you will learn a lot throughout life, and it's important to continue to gain knowledge and never stop learning. You need to be a top 20%er, and you need to go out and get it. That's what I learned ultimately in this class. Thank you for your time.